Please, let's take our seats. Thank you very much. Mr. President, on behalf of the people of Kenya, the government of the Republic of Kenya, and my own behalf, I wish to welcome you and your delegation to Kenya. You are amongst brothers, you are amongst sisters. Your visit to our country, Your Excellency, your state visit has been long in coming. We have been waiting, and we are grateful that finally you have come, and we are delighted that you are amongst us. This visit, Your Excellency, affirms the cordial relationship between Kenya and South Africa and our shared desire to deepen the bonds between our two countries. The visit is instrumental in developing permanent dialogue between our two countries and building on our common principles and shared values. Kenya considers South Africa as one of her most dependable and strategic ally in this continent. We have noted the successful midterm review of the inaugural Joint Commission for Cooperation held on the 6th and 7th of November this year to review the implementation of agreed areas of cooperation that was done in Nairobi. Kenya and South Africa have had good relations since South Africa defeated apartheid in 1994. The ties between our two nations continue to grow in all aspects of development and especially in trade. And the two countries have ratified the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, emphasizing our shared commitment to the promotion of intra-Africa trade. Today, Your Excellency, you and I are delighted to have presided over the signing of 4 instruments of cooperation that will play a definitive role in the Kenya-South Africa relations. They are 3 memoranda of understanding and 1 agreement on cooperation in the fields of correctional services, cooperation in the fields of housing and human settlement, cooperation between Kenya School of Government and the National School of Governments from South Africa, and the agreement on audiovisual co-production. On behalf of the people of Kenya, I express Kenya's appreciation on the progress we have made in the long-awaited visa-free regime between Kenya and South Africa. From January 1, Your Excellency, we will have a different regime, thanks to your personal intervention on this matter and the wealth of experience that have been brought on board by your officials. Kenyans holding ordinary passports will be allowed to enter South Africa on a visa-free regime for up to 90 days per calendar year. The two countries have also agreed on a return policy when immigration laws and regulations are breached, to make sure that bad elements that try to infiltrate our borders are dealt with firmly and decisively. President Ramaphosa and I have also agreed to develop a sustainable mechanism to identify, monitor, and resolve non-tariff barriers that limit the trade potential between our two countries. We can only reap the full benefits of the MOUs and agreements we have signed through the full and effective implementation of all the undertakings we have committed ourselves to. It is important that we continue to demonstrate the viability and usefulness of the JCC mechanism in improving the quality of our relations. We are concerned over the continuing threats to international peace and security, particularly conflicts in the Horn of Africa, the Great Lakes region, and the Sahel. These conflicts cause suffering, disorder, and lead to unsafe migration and weakening of states. Your Excellency, I want to thank you specifically for providing the necessary leadership that saw the resolution, at least at the technical level, and now that implementation will be carried out on the matters between Tigray and the government of Ethiopia. Kenya and South Africa commit to play our roles in the pursuit of sustainable peace and security in Africa and the world through the Africa Union Peace and Security Council and UN Security Council frameworks. At the continental level, we laud the just concluded agreement between Ethiopia government and the Tigray People's Liberation Front, brokered by the Africa Union and mediated by President Olusegun Obasanjo and Uhuru Kenyatta and former Deputy President of South Africa, Phumzile Mlambo Ngcuka. We appeal to all parties to ensure the full and comprehensive implementation of the agreement. Kenya and South Africa recognize climate change as a definitive challenge of our time. We reiterate the implementation of the national determined contributions, including adaptation and mitigation efforts and delivery of finance as agreed in COP27. We urge developing nations to meet their obligations and work with other parties to ensure swift implementation of the Climate Change Finance Delivery Plan. I congratulate you, President Ramaphosa, on the launch of the Just Transition Framework for South Africa during the 6th meeting of the Presidential Climate Commission held on 27 May 2022. President Ramaphosa's leadership continues to steer South Africa to greater heights of economic development. Working together is the only way we can achieve shared desire for closer bilateral cooperation and a stronger strategic partnership. There is no doubt, Mr. President, that we have made good strides during this visit.